Okay. I think it's working. I think. I can't tell. This is the first one. Let's just organize that mic a bit better. Let's send out a message to people. I start doing it and immediately someone messages me on Discord. I want to cry. I'm already getting lost in tabs. I don't need to see that. There we go. Let's just send a message out. I should have set this up before, but hey, it's just how it is, isn't it? Let's grab the URL. Does it not show what I want? Why? To go to my actual YouTube goddamn channel. Alright. Yeah, I was thinking it would be simple, but no one tells you about this shit. Alright, that's on there. I don't really care about doing Twitter. Do I care about using Twitter? Not really. No, I mean, it's better do anyway. I literally never. Oh, hold on. I literally go on Twitter once and I see Jack and Daxter is trending. That's always a good thing. Jack and Daxter is one that needs to come back, by the way. I don't know if people get it, but it has to. It is a legendary game series. It is absolutely peak. Anyone would fucking know. They just look at like the Skyrim videos and they see how much I love the soundtrack. Even if I feel like their writing is not as good as like Future, the Ratchet and Clank Future series, I still think those are peak. I should make it like a tier list of like my favorite writings of PS2 era video games. Oh. There we go. Let me just do this. Oh, it's bad as hell. Hold on. Let's just change that. God damn, really? Okay, how's that look now? Alright, let's try this again. Oh, no, there we go. It's better now. It's always YouTube. It's how they don't know how to make this thing make sense. Alright. I don't care enough to even bring up Tumblr. That's just too much work for me, man. I just don't care. It is not worth it trying. That's just not in my interest. Oops. Alright. So, we are going for Roaring Moon, I believe. That game's already saved. Alright. What is it? Oh, right, yeah. So we gotta make a custom sandwich. You won't believe what it will be. It'll be chorizo, vinegar, wasabi, and herbs. Go from there. Alright, that's strategy for this. I learned you just make like a whole like floor of chorizo. It is so crazy. It's amazing. I fucked it up already. It's not going too well. Alright, ready for top bun? It's always on. You go to Subway, they ask what you want, you just say, alright, well, let's bowl. All chorizo, we don't need a top bun. We don't need it. We don't need it. Ouch. I'll try and get my counter on the screen. Just to annoy everyone but me. And then put in the same source. Oh, you're seeing a lie. Okay, that won't work. That was the wrong source. I'm sorry that you might have just seen God, but in my defense, this is not my problem. There we go. Alright. Fantastic. Map's down here, isn't it, usually? You don't need to see that. I don't have the up-to-date one, so we're just gonna have to be Salamence for now. It's going to confuse everyone, but you know what? Yeah, be fun. Oh, shit, I forgot to increase it to 5. Oh, okay, so it doesn't take effect until you put out the menu. It's fine. It's fine. Let's go and get some music up here, actually. I don't know how good the levels of audio are. I went to research something. That's not where you want to go. Oh, look at this place. How lovely. Like I care. How far is it, actually? Because there is the other way to get into where you need to go. I forget that I have a social media app installed on my phone. Alright, well, if you ever wanted to get into area, into the place you need to get to, it's not nice. You might have just been faster, but it's just straight up just been right. Yeah, I took the wrong waterfall. But it didn't show up me. Oh, I did. Oh, that's it. Am I so bad? There we go. I just fell 1,000 feet. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I can fix this. The sound issue? No. The game issue? No. I'm not skilled enough. How? How is this going so wrong? I swear I know where I'm going. It's number 3. I swear to God, I went to every other place. I've seen the fucking sights. Fucking tourist over here. Alright. This is better. There's not a giraffe rig. I didn't see that one. This is going terribly wrong. We have just wasted like 5 minutes of sandwich time. Yeah. Oops. I got a bit lost on the way here. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The directions were wrong on the Google Maps. Forgive me, please. Alright, here we are. This is peak. Kind of. Change that. How's that sound? That's probably a bit better now. I can't do anything. I've seen videos of Roaring Moon, but I have not actually seen it in my own eyes, so it's probably going to be a bit different. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. I've already got a few phases already, so... You go figure, we're doing full odds. It's not too bad, it's not too bad. My brain is now just on the mode of... If they're gonna be... If the CEO of PlayStation will actually do, like, the old game stuff again. I mean, they say they're gonna do stuff with the old games, but half the time they literally only just bring them to PS5. I'm not saying it's a bad thing though. You can actually play like a couple of the old Ratchet and Clank games now. Like you can play the PSP games now on like the PS5. Who cares about the PSP anymore? It's mid. I was saying that Size Matters was actually pretty alright. It's not a bad game. It's just kind of inconsequential. But one of the better games is absolutely the Future series. Or just like the original games. Alright, well, let me else they can't fight a Roaring Moon. Great. Breloom's coming out. Now, I do have one goal with this shiny, and that is to catch it in the moon ball. It won't fit, it'll be very ugly. No color coordination. But I'm not an artist, so I don't care. The color scheme looks cool in my head. It's like Spider-Man colors, red, white, and blue, I think. It's the color of America. Freedom. Why don't I have the freedom to enjoy the game? This is a nightmare. Ugh. The hint for everyone who ever wants to hunt in this game. You can get rid of some. You can't even get rid of, like, some encounters. Other times, it's just not gonna happen. Just give it up. Like, seriously, it's no point. Like, Grievous, you can get rid of them. They're awful. If you ever just want to not enjoy a hunt, hunt down here. It's fun. It's gambling with extra steps. I could do. I suppose I can give the peasantry the insight of this miraculous bullshit hunt. Yeah, I was gonna say it's like telling people that you're gonna go to the pokies and spend thousands of dollars on the spins, but I guess people already technically do that. I love spending money on the pokies. I love using my money. Well, losing my money. I guess people are still going to be confused by Salamence being there as well. Salamence isn't in Scarlet and Violet. Don't worry, I know. My favorite's been cut out for years. Okay. Don't fucking tell me about not knowing my favorites. I love my favorites. I don't know why the weasel is bent over, but I'm not looking to see the miracle of life. I don't care what they say. I don't want to know where the eggs come from, Doctor. Pokemon breeding is not a viable method of life. Actually, it probably is. I mean, the breeders in the old games, they made fucking bank off people doing that shit. And you go to imagine you go like with a pet sitter, and then it's like, oh yeah, you want your dog back? Yeah, it's be like 20 grand. Oh, you're so right. I'll definitely have to. Once this sandwich ends, which won't take too long. 20 minutes, whatever. Oh shit. Look at him. My child. My beautiful, ugly child. He has issues. Mainly that he's fucking dead. Man, I still wish they did something different in this game. Like, seriously? There were so many better angles I could have played. But no, all we get is future time travel. As if that hasn't been done to death in media. Like, there's a reason people don't like it. I feel like it's like time travel, aliens, and then like, I don't know, family shit. The reason that people just don't like certain media. It's a fucking shit show. Like, I don't know, I still remember when like Call of Duty like did aliens instead of zombies. Oh, hang on, I saw something. Never mind, I can't see shit. I don't know, certain Pokemon shiny forms. I'm still completely... I haven't hunted any like the popular Pokemon, I've just hunted shit like Bramblecast. Who fucking knows Bramblecast? No one does. Or he just wants to stop checking goddamn dogs. Oh, just hit a dog going 70 miles an hour down the motorway. Yes, it died. That's a quote that needs to be put in like the book of awards. What was it? The Guinness? Guinness. And not the beer, because you don't drink. Man, this game could be so much better. I'm not even talking like performance-wise, just talking in general. I am glad they kind of kept it alive with DLC at the same time. You can't take it out of the oven too early and then sprinkle bullshit on top of it and say, yeah, it's done now. That was Scarlet. That was a Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield had that problem. And I had people coming at me saying it's peak, and it's like, huh? It ain't fucking peak. It's dog shit. It's Sonic Frontiers. How everything just has awful pop-in. You just run around and then suddenly you have a giant, like, grab rail situation in front of you. I mean, I don't mind it, I guess. I'm kind of over it. It was, like, the worst part of the start because you didn't know what the fuck was going on, but eh. At least makes it consistent to despawn and spawn. I mean, technically Pokemon still fade out if they run away from you, or like they flee or whatever. Like Chansey run for those bloody hills. It's just that if you move away from them, they despawn. I definitely feel like someone there should have been questioning their spawn methods. But I'm not really surprised no one did. I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw something on Shield where they said, like, oh yeah, we saw people how much people love the spawns on the overworld in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, so we quickly added it into the Sword and Shield. And it's like, well, yeah, we could tell it was rushed. It doesn't work. I think they missed the part when people said that we like the overworld spawns because you can see shinies, as well as having like an actual like effect around them where you can tell they're shiny. And they're like, oh, well, we heard the first part. He is having a morb. Yeah, also, I just wish the game was not pretty bad when it comes to Pokemon on the hills when you're far away, because they just kind of jitter. It's kind of funny. I don't really want to see a Pokemon having a seizure. I don't need to know if a Pokemon is photogenic or photo. Well, fucking. This Broom can attack, so I have to run away. Fading in is probably the better solution in general, yeah. And I've got 2 on my ass now. Spawning fading is probably better just because it just looks nicer. But I think for efficiency's sake, just cutting them and then respawning them is probably the best. This definitely has like the energy of how like this is the last game on the system, so they're just kind of doing it for the sake of just doing it. Like I see people saying that like, oh, Sun and Moon was Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon was great, and then I have to ask the question of, do you want to see like double battles in that game? Bro, they don't work. It's a slideshow on the 3DS, or like on native 3DS. It was only until like I think in like 3DS or something they were just got like better. But yeah, standard 3DS triple battles, well, not triple battles, but like the rotation whatever's. That shit didn't work. It was terrible. What can I say? I'm clearly wrong because it was an age-old game and people played it as a child, so it's the best game ever made. Like, damn, when I played Sonic 06 as a kid, and because I played it as a kid, you literally cannot hate it. It's just a fact. Oh, it's just optimization now. Game Freak can't code for shit in 3D. It is a battle. Like, their animations are better. Like, Pokemon are actually, like, animatic now compared to how they once were. They're not too bad. But holy hell, they are still. They're still not there with animations. Or at least with the Pokemon animations. Like, you kind of get what they want to do, but they just don't seem to get it right. I will say the new models, well, the quote-unquote new models, I mean new Pokemon, they don't look like they're bored and waiting for it to be over so they can go get a coffee. They're actively existing. Like, they actually do stuff in this game. Like in Sword and Shield, people were like, oh yeah, I'd love to see like the Pokemon move around the map and like do things dynamically, and then they didn't. And I think like one of the first things they show in the game is like a bunch of Tauros going across the field, which is predetermined, obviously, but it's still kind of cool that they leaned into it. Instead of just like a bunch of Pokemon just walking around the grass like they've lost their keys. This game will probably just run better on like the Switch too, whenever it comes out. I mean, they have to make it backwards compatible. Like, there is just too much money to be made. They can resound Mario Odyssey at $80, and some idiot will still buy it for $80. I'm not the idiot, I don't fucking play Mario. I have standards. I play real games. Like Ratchet and Clank 1. I'm just saying, back in my day, you had to actually make a game last. It couldn't just be just out of nowhere. You couldn't just like buy and then put it down and like that's it. No, that you had to make that shit last. It was a game you had to sink hours into, your life into, because that's the last game you'll fucking play for a while. Nowadays, people just fucking like buy games like they're nothing. They buy it and just drop it instantly. It's like, oh, it's not fun anymore. When there's always so much more chance to like play games. Like, dude, I've played Minecraft for like probably like 10 years, and I still play it now to this day. Meanwhile, they keep trying to make new Minecraft stuff, like fucking Minecraft story mode. The greatest video game to ever exist, and totally did not make a company go bust. I don't want to hear anyone gassing up Nintendo in this YouTube channel, because we don't gas them up here, we fucking berate them. Oh, birds are around. Oh, they've woken up. Oh, of course they have. Fucking birds. Alright. That really just needs to be like a severe continuous, like, I'm like, no. It needs to be like a severe change at Game Freak at this point. Like, this is just... This game is good. I love this game. The writing, peak. The music, excellent. The performance, well. This game is Game Freak Sonic Frontiers. Like, everything is great apart from the engine. Or like the actual game itself. But like everything else is great. But they just don't seem to understand it, you know. A bit of budget needs to go into the game and not the music or the writers who are trying to carry the franchise. Or, I don't know, invest in some better security so they don't get hacked again. The leaks were like the best part of what we got this year, aside from like, I don't know, anything else in Pokemon. So we haven't got a new game in a while. Well, the last piece of like Pokemon thing, I ran into it all. The last piece of Pokemon thing we had was, I think, the announcement stuff for like Legends Arceus. But even then, that's kind of just saying that, oh, the best part was the advertisement. Which is like, grasping. Which, you know, people are only really excited because they love Megas, even though Megas are pretty fucking dog water. Like, bro, I love Digimon. But I'm not, you don't see me making love to the Mega Pokemon. They are just awful. In theory and lore, great. In practice, why? It just makes favoritism. It just breeds favoritism in the franchise. Like, what, Mega? Oh, what's that? My favorite Pokemon did get Mega, but Charizard gets 2? And so does Mewtwo? And they give Beedrill a Mega Evolution? They give Pidgeot a Mega Evolution? Oh, that's so great. I can't wait to see what Flygon they get Mega. Oh, no, Monotech neither. Oh. Like, it just creates discontent in the franchise. Granted, I mean, the fans will always have to, like, pick up the pace, and they're like, oh, it's my fan-made design. Then I just ask the question of, like, if the fans can do it within, like, 5 minutes, how can an entire, like, armada or artist at Game Freak not figure out how to make something cool? Oh, I'm sorry, I spent so much of my creative energy on a black fire dragon. It was just so hard deciding on what the flames should be. But, you know, I think the blue flames are very thought out. You know, they're very standard. Oh, the birds are awake as usual. They're having fun. What can I say? I don't know. Maybe I just don't like megas now. Maybe I'm just delusional. But I just, they're not my favorite thing. As coming back, I'd rather just have a normal game with a good story and maybe good gameplay. You know, just 3 parts of a video game. Like, I get it, you know, gimmicks. They make a region, what a region is. But that's not worth it in reality. You know, I get that a video game needs to have a specific reason to go back to. You know? Like Gen 4, we had... Oh, what did Gen 4 have? It had a special split, physical special split. Diamond Pro Platinum? You don't go back to those, really. Well, you go back to Platinum, not Diamond to Pearl. You go back to Hard Gold and Soul Silver. You get, like... Every Pokemon you can find is a ride Pokemon. Is like a following Pokemon. They're pixel sprites, but they react to the environment. They are with you. They show if they're different colors. In Gen 5, what do we have? I mean, there was triple battles. There was rotation battles. Not great. Obviously, they died pretty quickly, but it was pretty top notch. But we had like animated sprites. What did Gen 6 have? Oh, we have Mega Evolution. Okay, cool. What was Gen 7's? We had Z moves. But we also got Mega Evolutions back. Okay, so, you know, Gen 6 was supposed to be Z moves. No, it's now 2 things. Which doesn't feel like it fits. Because why would there be anything to do with megas in a different place? Oh wait, sorry, Oras had megas as well, but they're the same universe, basically, so I think it's fine. Those are birds. I think it's fine that Oras introduced more megas. Kind of. Not great, but they are alright. I think I'm a bird on top of here. Get out of here. Go home. Go back to bed. Yeah, so I'm alright with Oras having megas. No one likes megas. Well, no one likes half of them. Like, who's really excited for Mega Beedrill? The trick question is me. But yeah, so Gen 6 had megas, Gen 7 had Z moves and megas. Again, why? No one should do that. Who? Okay. I guess for balance, but at the same time, you had Mega Rayquaza. You had megas with Z moves, which I don't think a competitive player would like too much. That you have to like keep in mind, like certain Pokemon are just like they can run 50 different things now. Like, oh, cool. What's a good example? I guess a Pokemon that's like Uber or something, or like OU. Garchomp, you know, it's like, oh, what Garchomp could this be? Could it be Z move, Life Orb? Oh, whoops, hold on. Sorry. I kicked it. Whoops. But yeah. What, like, you have... Why is it taking so long? What the fuck? I'll fix this. One moment, please. I see. Let me deactivate. Activate. There we go. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, so you have like 30 different options for a Pokemon. Streamer word stream. I don't know. I'm not an engineer. So yeah, you had like 50 different movesets for a Pokemon. That's hell for someone to deal with. That just raises the skill level to a point of where you just gotta hope that you're right, and if not, you buggered. Gen 8 was terrible. I hated Dynamax. Dynamax was the worst thing in existence. It was cute. We got some new forms of Pokemon that weren't Megas. Oh wait, no, sorry, I completely forgot. Gen 7 had a lowland form. I had like regional variants. That is good. I love regional forms. They are my favorite things in Pokemon. I think that they are very good because it gives old Pokemon a chance to be better. But why was not that done? Why was that not done before? You could have just made something like the regional variant of Kalos, of Charizard, be the evolution. I know it was like over 10 years ago, but hindsight's 2020, I suppose. And then of course you have like, then Gen 7 was regional variants and Zemus. Gen 8 was regional variants and Gigantamax. Again, Gigantamax, fucking dog shit. There's a reason that so many competitive events near the end didn't even use it, because no one liked it. It was one of those things where I think they were like, oh, this is a good story moment. We can have this Pokemon who's all about this one power, and you go from there. The next point I'm going to say, where was the story? When I played that game, there was no story. Well, at least I didn't experience it, because it happened in the background. Which is pretty cool. You know, it's pretty cool that the story doesn't revolve around the main character. But why should I care? No writer will ever tell you to say, yeah, have the story going in the background, but nothing happening with the main character. That is the best way to go about things. No, that's the dog shit reason you don't play the game. So the story was garbage. So already I've been lost on a game when the story is terrible because it doesn't exist. The gimmick is awful. It's big Pokemon. Cool. Oh, what, my opponent just gets double the HP? Great. Gets a move that does everything it wants to? Great. So nothing makes sense to me. Oh, whoops. I just undid my work. And then I'm stuck at a disadvantage if I don't do it against, against any enemy. Even then, you can't even use it, outside of battle. You literally can only use it in, certain areas. Which makes no sense. Everyone loved it when you could just go into a Mega form. On a random little Timmy in the goddamn field. Yeah, fuck that kid. I'm gonna kill him. You know what? Murder that kid. But no, in Sword and Shield, you can only do it in certain areas because of lore. Which is fantastic. It does nothing half the time then. Because what, there's 8 gym battles? There's the Elite Four things. I didn't complete the game. So you're looking at least a minimum of, I'm gonna say 15 battles where you can Gigantamax. Or Dynamax, whatever. So already the gimmick's lost its interest because it's only in specific areas and it has no sense. I know raid battles exist, but let's just say for argument that you only do, I guess I'd say a few, 5, 10, just because you want to get a certain Pokemon. Because I know they make you do a couple. So yeah, let's just say you do a few to get a certain Pokemon you want. You've only used the gimmick at least a minimum of 30 times versus what you would probably use for Zemus and like Mega Evolution. Because those don't have like a cooldown or like a specific fight you gotta use them for. You can just use them. And then Gen 9. Well, actually, yeah, Dynamax is terrible because you can't even really use it. The only times you're ever gonna really use Dynamax is for like all the raids and such. It's not a bad idea in concept, but the game didn't tell me why it mattered. And then the story didn't even matter around it either. Like, cool, the final boss is a Dynamax Pokemon, or Gigantamax Pokemon, whatever. And it's the source of what I'm using. So? Where was the plot hooks though, the entire game? What's my two rivals? Are they connected to the story? Well, one of them's the waifu bait of the generation, who has canonical simps. The other one's a rich orphan kid whose daddy is the goddamn gym. What's it called? I forgot his name already. the guy who rules. I don't remember his name. The guy who owns like the Dynamax company or whatever. Dynamax fucking company. So yeah, he's just a kid of that. So he's just born into riches. So already he's fucking pointless because he has no arc. And then, oh, I forgot about Hop. Sorry, Hop, the worst fucking rival in existence, who just kind of... He's claimed to fame as that his brother's the champion. Like, cool, my dad works in Nintendo. Good for you. Like, it just... Yeah. They just don't match together because there's no point in them existing. The girl only exists for the evil characters. That's pointless because they're not even evil. They're just annoying. The kid exists just to make you hate the main bad guy because his kid's a little shit. So you're like, oh, well, he's probably a fucking asshole too then. And then, like, your rival's a fucking idiot kid who gets, like, the other legendary. Like, cool, that's it. And now that you just go, everything else is just nothing else. Done. Then you gotta play the DLC and then have fun. And then that's it. Oh, you still have the Dynamax anyway. You know, you have to have Dynamax everywhere. Doesn't have a good reason to be, but it is. Like, cool. There's Dynamax stuff in a Chinese area, Chinese-inspired area. And then there's Dynamax in, like, a frozen wasteland. Fantastic. I'm so happy to have these here. And they don't even tell you why, they just say it's there. I mean, why? It's like they came up with the region first, and everything else around it, and then like, hold on. We don't have a gimmick this generation. The Pokemon get bigger because Pokemon Go is popular. I get it, you know. It draws in new player base. But there's a reason that Legends Arceus is just considered the better Pokemon game in that generation. Because it was like it was what people wanted. You know? Pokemon still kind of followed you. Ironically, the game was dynamic because you were a person. It clearly had more love put into it. Like, you can't tell me otherwise. And then now it's just like, I don't know. Now we're stuck in like the sad age of Pokemon, where I don't think we're gonna get like 2 games in a generation anymore. This thing just followed me for years. But yeah, it was just, you know, I don't think we're going to be in the age anymore where Game Freak released 2 games at once, or like 2 quote-unquote main series games at once. Because the gimmicks just aren't interesting. Oh yeah, The ADHD is hitting hard today. I was talking about gimmicks. Yeah. The gimmick in this game, I think, is probably the best gimmick. Oh, the best gimmick since, like, Z moves. Because we're back to basics. You know, you've got this very powerful ability in your hands at all times. You can use it outside of certain battles. But it's one-time use before you go to a Pokemon Center. Great balancing. It's actually good balancing, because you have to consider if you need it now or later. I know you can just go to, like, a Pokemon Center and just, like, get it right back, but, you know. It's not a bad dynamic where you have to make the vital decision to use a certain, like, thing first, and then you have to come with the consequences later. And, like, on top of that, the story, banger. This story is banger, I tell you. It's not as good as Black and White, Black and White 2, whatever, but pretty good. Pretty good. Like how it's all connected. You got, well, it's all kind of connected, I guess. You got Arvin, who's just, my dog is sick, please help me. Already, you know I'm helping that boy. You know I'm on him immediately. You know he is my favorite. You know he's the best. You can relate to him. But he's also like one of the most important characters because his mom's like the professor, or his dad is if you're playing the worst game. And then you have Nimona, who is like your main reason for going through with the gym battles. She's bland as a character, but I think she works well with everyone else. Just because she's very out there, which I think is very funny. So it's not a bad character, it's just she's not done too well. And then you got Penny, who I just think she's alright. As someone who's played like Persona, and like I somehow gotten sick of like the whole super quiet girl who is insanely intelligent in one form, is kind of like eh. But I mean, her general thing of Team Star is pretty fun too as well. Like it's a very interesting difference of why, like, the evil team is evil, and it's just because like they were getting bullied for being different. Like that's interesting to me. You know, it's better than like, I don't know, a bunch of people who just want to fuck with people in the Island Challenge because they failed at it, and then we sim for one person, but because you're not that one person, we have to kill you in the street for it. Like, oh my god, drop the ball. I think the ending was pretty alright, I guess. I mean, I've completed the baseline ending. I guess it's fine, you know, the professor being dead is an interesting idea, and that it was like an AI the entire time. It was funny, or I guess it was interesting. But it's just one of those things where I didn't really get it. It kind of just seemed like a bit of a weird cop-out, as I felt like it would be more interesting if it was just an actual person doing it. And that she was just fucking crazy, but I guess we've already had like a crazy MILF in Pokemon already with Lusamine, so I don't know. I would say this game's gimmick is actually Paradox and the Terra Pokemon as well, alongside regional variants. I think Paradox Pokemon are a really interesting idea. Not the best when played out. Like, there's a few Pokemon that I really just don't think are great. Like, all of the Paradox in Scarlet being like dinosaurs is pretty interesting. But I don't know. I felt like there was something else they could do there. And then in Violet, it's all just robots. It's all just goddamn robots. It's just not as interesting to me in Violet. I'm sorry. I'm just not big into robots. You know, I get it that, you know, the future will probably be robots. But, you know, more things happen in the future than just we get robots. You know, like, they can evolve further. Like, there's more to the future than there is just robots. There's, like, actual evolution. But, I guess it is easier to make a robot of a Pokemon and just say, look, it's futuristic. Oh my god, it's futuristic. The future is incredible. And it's just like, wow, incredible. You put a Hariyama in a robot. I also don't even want to think about how, for some reason, we're in this high-tech situation of, like, AI. Actually, I guess I can see it being alright. Like, in this current age of, like, AI and stuff. Like, oh yeah, AI is, like, kind of in between past and future. Not really, but it's kind of there. But, I don't know. Like, I feel like they definitely were trying with this story. It keeps you guessing, and then personally, I was hoping for something to do with Arceus, like, at the end of this game. So I was like, oh, those are like the crystals in the third movie or whatever. No. It's just a Pokemon. A new Pokemon that can randomly just make energy. It can also time travel or make different timelines. It's like, alright. That is significantly less interesting to me that you didn't bring back certain things. I mean, I kind of get it. We had Arceus, like, in the previous game. But at the same time, there's no reason to be afraid to go back to different ideas, to old ideas. Because that's what Mega Evolution was. It's literally going back to old ideas. Regional variants, you were going back to old ideas. I don't know. Yeah, Paradox Pokemon, I definitely like the new regional forms in this game. But I definitely feel like they're going to be locked in this game for a lot longer than other games. Just because they're so unique, they're probably going to have to be added manually instead of just being, like, things you can trade in. But also, I'm just kind of sick of, like, Pokemon being removed from the game. Like, as someone who has lost their Pokemon for, like, 2 generations in a row, I'm pretty sick of just having 400 Pokemon in the decks naturally. And I get it, you know, it's good, it's healthy to have Pokemon that aren't always in rotation to now be in the rotation. You know, it stops people from just using their old things. But at the same time, you have options to not have that be a problem. I'm pretty sure, like, in Generation 5, you were locked out from trading, like, trading up certain Pokemon until, like, Gym, like, 7 or something like that. You know, by the end of the game. So you've had all that time to make a full team of new Pokemon. And then, like, I think Gen 4 was, like, you couldn't even trade them in until, like, post-game. You were forced to use the Pokemon in that region. Why can't we do that? You know, instead of just barring every Pokemon. But, you know, I guess it's just easier to balance a set amount of Pokemon in a region than it is to balance every Pokemon for all regions. But at the same time, how many fucking people are on Game Freak's squad right now? You know, how many people do they have employed? There's gonna be people there who kind of, you know, are able to work on Pokemon individually and make them work together. There's no need to fucking kill half the decks because you're that worried about it being broken. While including broken Pokemon. It's literally just like the new toy syndrome. Like giving people new toys and then giving them the old ones after and then surprised they don't want to play with them anymore. Who's messaging me now? Bugger off. But yeah, it's sad nowadays that Pokemon's not as good as it once was. I know it's saying a lot, saying that like the Pokemon aren't good, but like we had 3 decent generations in a row, like Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 5. Yeah, they kept adding stuff, but not too much, not too much. It didn't feel terrible. Actually, no, Gen 4 felt horrible because I know a lot of people got very sad when certain Pokemon got nerfed. Shout out to Alakazam over there with the elemental punches being absolutely ruined. At the same time, it was going to happen eventually. I mean, you know, Alakazam may have lost. Certain Pokemon like Alakazam would have lost. But how many Pokemon got better because of it, you know? Same with abilities. You know, abilities were terrible, abilities didn't exist, and then abilities came in, and certain Pokemon got better, and some people got worse. And in Gen 5, it was mostly like move set changes, you know? Like, it became easier to raise Pokemon in Gen 5. Like, now you could actually, like, not worry about using TMs once and then be like, oh, well, I used this Thunder Wave TM once and I won't ever get it again. Like, it solved that issue. So it made raising Pokemon, or like Pokemon Robo Thunder, like, just one, a lot better. Because you didn't feel like there was a lot of commitment with that Pokemon, you know? Like, yeah, you can teach something like Earthquake, and then down the road you can swap it out with a different Pokemon and teach that Pokemon Earthquake. And then Gen 6 decided to say, nah, fuck that. Everyone gets a broken Pokemon. Well, oh, sorry. I'll change that. Only certain Pokemon get to be broken, you know? And I am glad that they gave Megas to very popular Pokemon. Kind of. I definitely feel like they were just... Some of them, they were pretty funny. Some of them, they were pretty deserved. Some of them were just not needed. Again, who out here looking at Pidgeot and Beedrill and saying, yeah, no, they could use a Mega. You know, they deserve to be viable. Oh, right, yeah, sorry. Gen 5 had the gems, didn't it? The gem system where you could just give a Pokemon a gem and it just increases its power. I forgot about that part. And that was cool as well, because it was one of those things where it made the game a lot more interesting, because it was no longer just like choice band, choice specs, choice scarf. It was all like, alright, we'll do it this way. Like, that was the first original, like, Z-move nuke. But, you know. They just kind of removed them for some reason. Even though, again, it was a very interesting idea and didn't actually hurt the game in the long run. It made the game interesting. But, of course, now Yeah, and there ain't none of those. I meant like power gem. Fucking. I promise you, you can make you can use that creative brain to flex some more than just rock, but elemental. Come on, we don't need another like. We don't need a situation where it's like a normal dog, but it's an elemental type. Wait, they already did that. Never mind. You're part of Game Freak now. You're thinking like them. But I will say, I very much enjoy the Pokemon now fitting the region that they're in now. Like that shit. That's incredible. That's amazing to do for the game series as a whole. Albeit sometimes they don't make sense and they require a lot of like thinking. But you know, it's amazing, you know. It's suddenly like, oh, what's a pepper doing in a place like this? It's like, oh, because you know, peppers can grow here or whatever. Give out like Sam's forgetting what some of these aren't punches. Fucking Alakazam sympathizer. I bet you love spooning too. I bet you just go into your bloody cabinet and say, oh, I love spoons. Oh, spoons. I can bend them with my mind. See, that's the favoritism there. That's you being favoritism. You're committing the act of Game Freak. Stop it. What would I do to give it a bunch? I don't know, just give it fucking good moves. Just that ice cream with the spoon is a nice type move now. Oh, dude, what if they made that like a regional variant of Vanilla? It's just goddamn no flake, just spoon. Shiny Chest made me a hunting for a roaring moon. I'll have to add that in after. I just completely forgot to last time. I'll do it right after the sandwich. We're going for Roaring Moon. Full odds, baby. I think I actually said, or actually I haven't even made the video yet, but like, I've already got like 5 phases for this goddamn Pokemon. I think like the first phase I got for it, I already put in the video, because I was like, I don't want to do it anymore. Loki, I'm fucking stupid. How do you not know this already? You had me on a tirade about how Pokemon sucks and Digimon's better. That wasn't the point, but I'm leaving it as that point. You should go play Digimon. I was kidding, don't. Don't. Digimon is such hit and miss right now. It is a bad day for that franchise. And also, Digimon is just full of crazy, weird bait. You should not play. You should never even touch Digimon if you don't like if you don't like the Pokemon like that. If you don't like stuff like Lopunny and God of War, don't play it. That's why this chat exists. Now you get smarter. I tell you, you're doing better than the education system. I feel my brain expanding every second. And I'm spending my time looking for a Pokemon that technically doesn't exist. This game's pretty fun though. Again, I do like this game. I'll also put on some music before we do the next side as well. I'll find some good music for you all. I have good taste in music. Have you ever heard the game of Pizza Tower? Oh yeah, that's right. I bloody love Pizza Tower's music. It's a fantastic soundtrack. I've never even played the game, by the way. I just love the music. I've also told myself I can't I can't play too many old video game soundtracks because no one will know what they are. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to curb my enthusiasm for the Ratchet and Clank soundtrack and play something a bit more recent. We'll play this like a Dungeons and Dragons session. I'll play like Scarlet music for the next 30 hours. I'll ask you all to make rolls. As you just hear like the Skyrim normal music playing, out like the shitty piano and the flute. You all enter a tavern. You see a white boy dancing in the middle of it. What do you say to him? God, there's always a time in this sandwich where you'll just see you'll get a lot of roaring moon, or you'll get none of them. It is the worst part of this area. Actually, wait, would this... I keep forgetting, would this be my 60th shiny in this game? I keep forgetting, actually. I want to keep count of how many shinies I've got. I'm pretty sure it'll be my 60th shiny. Not counting the failed Bramblecast. I'm guessing it's... Nope. I need to put my phone on, like, shut up mode, whatever it's called. It is a nightmare sometimes playing this game. But I love it. This game's fun. But yes, I think this might be one of my big shiny moments. So I'm hoping I actually do get it as my 60th. So I would love to have 2 boxes of shinies. Are you kidding me? That's like more than I can count on my one hand. Yeah, well, like half of them are probably like Pokemon I didn't even want to get. Like Pokemon, but I'm just trying to find. Although I think most of them are actually like Scarlet and Violet Pokemon, which is nice because I don't want to get duplicates of like old Pokemon. Those just suck. It just feels sad. So I don't even want to use them half the time. I'd rather just use the new Pokemon because it's more interesting to me. Also, don't expect me to pop off when I get a shiny, by the way. I don't react much to a shiny. As evidence, I got a Zwilus once and I said, "You fucking rode into it." Without any restraint. I just... Sometimes you just don't care. And, you know. Just gotta make sure the Pokemon knows that. That it is beneath you. It's okay to call them useless. It's good. It builds character. You should definitely bully your Pokemon. It's good for them. It makes them better, even. Actually, I don't even know if frustration's a move anymore. I don't think it works like that anymore, sadly. They're censoring this video game. You can't bully your Pokemon. 60,000 shiny. I don't know, man. The video of the person shouting "there it is" with the Ponyta is still one of my all-time favorite shiny videos. Like, I don't like it when people pop off in like shiny videos and they just like, oh, yes, or whatever they do. I just like, I don't know. I will probably react a little bit when I get Roaring Moon because this has been a bit hell. But again, I don't care. I don't care about being like, oh, guys, look, we got a Gibble for the 7th time. If I don't get hype in the chat, I'm going to start saying words you don't want me to hear. Team Rocket was right. Yo, for real though, can I just say that, like, what is their obsession with Giovanni? Like, in general. Like, whoever hears tells me it's like Giovanni's a good character. Dude, he just stole Pokemon from kids. Actually, no, that's a pretty good move. I'm taking notes as we speak. But, like, he's not that cool. Okay, he was the first. You know, he was the first who shaped the franchise as bad guys. But dude, he's just going on the street telling kids to give him the Pokemon or no, get smacked. His plan literally only works because everyone has a Pokemon. If he did that to one person who didn't have a Pokemon, he would go, oh, well, you know, stun locked here. It's just that they give every single... Ash never beat him because he's automatically cool. Yeah, Ash is a little loser. Ash is a child. I didn't even see that Sableye for the record. I literally did not see him. Lord Duskar, your twink is ready to be bred. Alright, I'm gonna check this Diglett from Dojo. Alright, cool. Alright, let's quickly update that title whilst I think about it. Let me go here. Where is... I have literally no idea what I'm doing, I'll be honest with you. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm an ape. I am a chimpanzee at the helm. I'm so sorry to tell you all, but you are in the hands of someone who cannot drive. I'd say God take the wheel, but he is not going to help us. Alright, let's just do it like from here. Okay, there we go. That should work. Let's get some gosh dang music in here before I start losing my mind. We got like a playlist. I should have made a playlist, my bad. What is a good soundtrack, which I think you guys might like? There's so many good soundtracks to use. Oh, who am I kidding? There's only one good soundtrack we gotta use. We can do this one. I'll put it on shuffle. Let's make it so it's a bit quieter than what I want it to be. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that's good. Why did it play the bassiest one in the soundtrack, by the way? Oops, just trying to turn it down for myself so it doesn't kill my ears. Okay, there we go. that good? Hopefully. Alright. God damn. Well, I did pick the basiest one, by the way. Out of every single one it could have picked, it picked the one that had the biggest percussion behind it. There was so many it could have done. Actually, before I forget as well, I'm gonna put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Alright, we'll do one more sandwich. I think we'll call it there, because I got work tomorrow. I mean, I think I said 1,000 times by now, but this is kind of a test one. I've never actually streamed on YouTube before, and I think it's pretty good. I think it's worked out. Well, nothing's really happened in terms of shinies or whatever. I am pretty happy that we are somewhere. Oh, I know this was the soundtrack. Hold on, guys. I gotta dance it out. God damn. This soundtrack's blessed. It's such an old soundtrack, but I think it's one of the best. I think maybe I just like the old games better, because they're just more fun to me. Like new games and new game series, don't remember the tracks. But the old tracks, oh, they do something for me. I should never beat him, so he's automatically cool. Did I read that? I'm pretty sure I did. I don't know. I just thought everyone beat Giovanni, to be honest with you. I thought like every main character beat a Giovanni up. He's the little piss baby on the side of the road that you kill. He's a pretty cool character, Giovanni, but I just don't think he's that good. Alright. Alright, last sandwich. Let's see how this goes. Oh, I forgot to update the counter. My bad, guys. I'm so behind on the times. Oh. I actually kind of feel like this music fits. Not gonna lie. It's kind of alien music in Area Zero. Pretty good footing, I'd say so. Alright. I don't know why I keep trying to pick these berries. It doesn't really matter. I don't need them. I don't use them. I don't use, like, apricot berries a lot. I think the one berries I do use are like leopard berries and citrus berries. No shot we get like Iridia twice in a row on the soundtrack, by the way. Iridia twice in a row. It's on shuffle. I'm not even... That's insane, mind you. The chances of that. I actually enjoy doing this, despite just chatting mad shit. I think it's very fun. It's good for me as well, because I like to build my charisma. My charisma right now? Well, let's just say, it's above a single digit. It's a 10. I think it's fun just to show people what I'm doing half the time. So I think it's easier for a lot of people to say, "Oh yeah, shiny hunters, they don't do much; they just run around." And you know what? Never mind. I just realized there's irony in that statement. It is very funny though. It's very fun to do. I definitely think shiny hunting has given this game more life for me than like any other game I've played recently. But I mean, then again, they don't seem too keen on keeping certain games alive. like Splatoon 3 died pretty quickly, unfortunately. I think it got content for 2 years and then it's just dead, which is a shame because I loved Splatoon 3. It was great fun when I played it, but my god, there was nothing. Ironically, I enjoy the story modes in the games a lot more than like multiplayer. Then again, I play games like TF2 where like you can interact with like everyone. So I think only one-sided interactions aren't as fun for me as just interacting with everyone. This game's done well though at keeping like me excited for the future of the game. Not particularly, but not too bad either. Aerospray Booyah. Yeah, that ruined the game for a lot of people, I think. There's a dog going crazy out there. Roaring Moon. Destroy the dog. Yeah, Aerospray and Booyah Bomb were not good for the game. The best weapon for, like, turfing. The best weapon, the best special for killing. And, like, getting stuff on the ground. Yeah. I'm gonna go with, yeah. I still don't think the game is bad. I probably will play it again later down the road, but there's just no incentive for me anymore. Like, I just ran out of things to do in the game in the end. And I could perfect all the weapons. I probably could and I would, but I got no reward for it when I first did it, so I was like, well, you know, what's the point if I get like a 1-star and everything and I don't get rewarded? I just get told, oh yeah, good job. There's a bunch of tickets you can't use. I don't know. But this game has actually done well, because I think it's got better staying power than Dynamax. I think Terra Raids are more interesting. I think the Pokemon are more interesting. Dude, that's Iridia 3 times. Shuffle wasn't on, but I pressed shuffle. Never mind, YouTube's broken. Alright, I was gonna say if we got Iridia 3 times with Shuffle on, that would have been like a shiny Pokemon. Play it again if you do send invites. I don't know. I think Splatoon would be a fun game to play on stream, but I get very tilted because I don't know. I get very much invested in video games. I think I'd rather just play like TF2 anyway, on like 2 for 3 hours on the stream. Just be fun. But I don't know. Maybe. I do think that maybe Splatoon would be better if they just didn't not give us just refused to give us content for a while. Stream PvE then. Oh yeah, let's play man versus machine as I destroy robots and taunt kill them. Huntsman POV, you're bad at the game. I do think that Game Freak made a good decision to not release any other games during this time. Like, focusing just on, like, Pokemon and then the DLC and then doing Legends Arceus is probably a good shout. I know they obviously probably did both at the same time, but yeah. Having one thing being the main focus and then the other thing not being the main focus is probably a good idea. Otherwise, it just kind of doesn't go too well. And obviously, I get why they can't delay games, because, you know, merchandise or whatever is probably on a timer. Or maybe not, maybe they just make it up on the spot and they get away with it. I don't know how long things take. I'm not a business person, but I do understand that they gotta keep they gotta keep content flowing. So I do feel like some of that raids would be eventually found, because how many people like played Black and White or something? You beat the game, you get everything, and then that's it. Like, how many people have done that? I've done that. Other people have done that. It's just how it is. Yeah, they did do Sword and Shield DLC. It was alright. It's weird, they still do the same thing where the first DLC pack is not very good, and the second DLC pack is where everything else is. Like in the first DLC of Pokemon Sword and Shield, you had like a new area, but you also got like a new legendary or whatever. And then like the second DLC, you got like Dynamax Adventures, where you can get like all the past Pokemon, like legendaries. This game did something similar. I guess it works, but you know, it's not fun for two DLCs. So you had the first round, which is Isle of Armor, and then you had DLC 2, which was the Crown Tundra. In this game you had like the Teal Mask and then the Indigo Disc, which is pretty good. I do like the I do like the Blueberry Academy. So there's a lot of good Pokemon. Like, dude, they brought back stuff like Doduo. I fucking love Doduo, dude. I love Doduo. Oh, Doduo, my beloved. Atlantis Orbit, Captain Quark's ship. I have not heard this track in a long time because I skipped it in the video. No, I feel like they take more time with the DLC now anyway, so it's not rushed. I mean, the other two didn't feel that rushed, but they kind of just felt tacked on. Like I said, they made no sense story-wise, but in this game everything fits, which is nice. And as someone who enjoys writing, I do enjoy when everything comes together like that. Although saying that, I do wish that sometimes they just kind of focus on the game, like on the actual game itself, than just everything else around it. Like performance and everything, that'd be nice. And I've no doubts this game's gonna run like 30 times better when it comes to what's it called, the Switch 2, but currently it is a fight. I feel like I should say this again, but we're doing full out, baby. You can't get rid of the dogs no matter what you do. They'll always be around. Because they spawn in waves, so if one's gonna show in, the rest will. I think because Houndstone is considered a rare spawn, it gets boosted as well, technically speaking. You don't want to do a dark sandwich down here. I did one once, and all I saw was Sableye. That's it. Granted, if I like Sableye, I would do a Sableye hunt, but I don't. I don't like Sableye that much. I like him as a little gremlin. I don't like him as a Pokemon. But he is cooler. I do like his design. But again, I don't care too much about getting old Pokemon. I'd rather get new Pokemon. Oh god, I'm gonna have a drink. Oh, good. Headphones falling off. Oh no. I can't hear anything. Chat, are you alive? Chat, say J or S for S if you're serious or not. Goddamn. I'm very excited to be able to actually stream. I was actually worried in case I wouldn't be able to, but hey, it's getting less busy now, so I can actually enjoy things. Maybe I can actually make videos this time. Imagine that. Well, saying that, I probably will be making a Skyrim video next. Because I like Skyrim, I want to do Skyrim again. I'm alive, unlucky for you. Yeah, I know. You're the worst thing to happen to me, Loki. Go fuck yourself. I hope you die. I hope you stub your toe and then you fall down the stairs afterwards. Don't worry, Loki, my friend. I can say it. It's not abusive, we're friends. I hope this is all very interesting for you to watch. I know I'm not exactly a hype streamer or anything. I'm not loud like the other ones, you know. I'm not crazy. I don't have a VTuber. I don't have anything. But because of that desperate, I'll put some funny images on the screen for you. I'll put my favorite worst edgy meme on here. It is so like 2014 YouTube, or 2016 YouTube, and I would just do it because it's funny. But I understand now that we need to be very careful of what we say here. We're all nice here, we're all good people. I says I can't see you doing naughty things on your screen. Stop that. Don't look that up. We can all be nice people here. We can all respect each other for who we are. Except if you like Charizard, you should probably commit jumping off a bridge. In a Pokemon. I can say that because if you do that in this Pokemon game, your phone saves you for some reason. I just say it's weird as well how Pokemon's taking the turn of like trying to make Rotom like an everything Pokemon. Like now he's a phone, now he's a bike. Now we're like cameras. Like at first it was just like appliances you could like interact with and become. Now it's just like, oh no, let him in your Pokedex if he talks to you for 30 hours straight, so you want to punch your DS over the fucking window. You ever made him talk so much in like Sun and Moon, and Sun and Moon need to be fucking shot. He was so annoying. He was the worst character. I'm just like going through something serious. It's like, oh, you better watch out, sir. PNG tuber, right? Oh, I know exactly who to use my PNG tuber. Would be the funniest shit of all time. I swear to God, I saw Vaporeon. I almost said Vaporeon as if response to that, and that would have been the end of my career before it even began. Don't worry, guys. I'll keep your attention. I'll make sure you love my VTuber. She's gonna have giant slinging tits. They're swinging all over the place. They're like pendulums. Oh no. I have more faith in you all than that. I firmly believe that you are all very intelligent creatures. You all passed school, didn't you? You're all very good people. Vaporeon tuber is career ending. PNG tuber might be okay. A Vaporeon PNG tuber. Actually, never mind. Don't do that. No, don't do that. That's like the worst idea I've ever said in my life. Oh god. That is the worst idea. Plus, I don't really want to clutter the screen any more than I have to. I fucking hate that. Like, I see, like, layouts of, like, different Pokemon streamers, and I see, like, some of their, like, what's it called? The frames of the video are so skewed, it's sad. Like, sometimes they're just not even, like, vertical, like, they don't match correctly, so, like, the screen is just, like, stretched, and it's just like, oh, god. Honey, you can't do that. Like, it's not gelatin. You need to respect the original preview, or upscale it up the correct amount. Well, yeah, I don't want to put anything else on the fucking screen. What else is there to put on there except for fucking meme videos? I'll put my favorite meme of the week on here so that way you can all laugh at it with me. Guys, look, Cortex has the N-word on his head. He actually already does, never mind. I think if I do this like with the video uploaded, I'll just put like the thumbnail or something on there. Oh yeah, big news as well. I'll be updating the thumbnails as well for different videos. So they might appear in your recommended again, because YouTube's got a weird thing where if you do that, they'll reappear again. So hopefully it doesn't do too bad. Oh, I forget what music this is. No, I don't. This is Veldin Fleet. I remember this because I tried to do an Out of Bounds for like 30 minutes. Yeah, it's a very funny YouTube check. It's why like you see so many people like they upload a video like with one title and then like 3 hours later they change it to something else. Because it boosts it in their algorithm or something. I did that for a bit with the cassette piece video and it actually did pretty well. But then again, that could also just be because it was a new update for cassette piece, so it was already in the algorithm. But yeah, it's a weird tech that YouTube videos have. I don't think it's bad either. I think it's a good idea. You know, it makes it so that the last video you do is not just one thing only. That you constantly gotta work at it. You gotta make sure you get the best thumbnail. Oh yeah, it's on purpose. It's completely on purpose. It's to feed the algorithm, so that way you see it again. I mean, I don't really worry about like slop channels anymore. So it's like I don't really care too much. But when I see it's like a video that like took like a month for the person to make, and then like I see it, it's like, oh yeah, that's fair. You know, it's completely understandable when they do that. Oh my god, Captain Quark's Snagglebeast. I have not heard this track in actual years because I skip past it every time. God, I forgot how much like Ratchet and Clank I skipped in the video because it's just I don't hear the music tracks. Or I had it like basically muted because I just didn't care. I will say though, I've never muted a game because I hated the music so much. This game was an exception because the ending, like, song is a goddamn Ed Sheeran song. Like, they got a fucking celebrity make a song for the game. It doesn't even slap. It's not even like Sonic Frontiers where it's like, oh, sound the alarm. And it's like, not even that shit in fucking dog water. He's like, you were always the best one. He's like, shut up. Shut up, idiot. No one likes you. You should kill yourself now. I don't mind the song outside of the game, but I think in the game it was just like, why? There's no need for it to be in the game. Yeah. I only hate VGM when it's like an actual celebrity getting involved because you could just tell that it's not the same. It's got like that kind of weird, safe feeling to it. Where it's like, oh, well, you know, it's made by someone who's always been through the grind of, like, releasing something safe that people will like in general versus, like, being specific to the game. But, I mean, I get it, people like that kind of music, you know, they like the safe pop songs. But at the same time, I have as much right to hate it as you have to like it. You know, people may like say, oh, I love Ed Sheeran's Celestial. And then I can say, well, I hate that song, but I love fucking Penny's theme. And if someone just came to me and said, yeah, it's just because it's fucking beats, I'll say, yeah, it is. It's just how it is, you know? And I love Area Zero's theme, but at the same time, it's kind of weird. But, like, it's good. At the same time, though, I do fucking hate, like, things that don't really add to any soundtrack. Like, they just feel very, like, nothing. Like, sure, you can say the game has music, but, like, that's with very big quotation marks. Like Skyrim, you know? Skyrim has music, but you're probably not gonna really consider it music when you're just playing the game because it doesn't stand out. Oh no, I love Area Zero. I think it's one of the best tracks in the fucking game. I just think that it just does a lot with what it does, but the problem is that it just does it a lot more than I really like it to. Hold on, peak soundtrack just dropped. Novalis Underground Diving. This is a classic track. I don't know. Maybe it's just because games nowadays are like more cinematic in what they are now. You know? Like how Sony make like a game every 5 years or whatever. And then like it's supposed to be the cinematic masterpiece. Or like, I don't know. Anything that Insomniac Games does, you know, that kind of company. Who they don't release much. But when they do, it's always like a peak game. Like, it definitely feels like sometimes soundtracks are always the last thing people think about. So you want to get the gameplay right. And again, it makes sense, you know? Gameplay is the thing you're going to be experiencing the medium with. It has to be good. At the same time, though, I definitely think you need to have a balance. Otherwise, like, you're just not doing it right. I'm not saying that games can't be cinematic, by the way. I'm literally just saying that they need to be balanced between, like, visual, written, and auditorial. And audio, sorry. Yeah, audio. Balancing. You know, the thing I'm good at sometimes with this fucking dog shit. I wish I picked a better place to hunt in than just this area, because I'm just going around in fucking circles. But, oh well. I will say this, though. Like, as someone who is an imaginative piece of shit who has a hard time making their brain shut up, I don't imagine tracks like Skyrim when I'm thinking of, like, character interactions in my head. You know? I'm thinking of stuff like Pizza Tower, cassette beasts, battle themes, stuff like that. I'm thinking of something that's like got some groove behind it, not just like plinky plonky music. But also understand that those tracks are actually pretty good too as well. Like they help set atmosphere. Like Minecraft. Like Minecraft's got kind of like mediocre music, let's just say. It's not very engaging. But because that game is all about doing stuff, you're never focused on the music. It's never an important factor. It just adds to it. Versus like in battles or something, you're still taking in the music because you're still making decisions and you have that time to make decisions. Mood is important for dialogue. Yes, it is. Because if you add like happy music to a sad scene or like to a sad dialogue, it doesn't fit. Yeah, I feel like people would get that when they watch like my videos on Skyrim, how music changes depending on the dialogue, because it's important to me. I do think that if the music is the same thing the entire time, it's just not as fun. I don't think the sandwiches ran out. Yeah. I saw like a rock and I knew something was up. Okay. Damn. Alright, let's reset. And before I end the stream, I want to go ahead and check out the auction house to see what they're selling. Crack rock cocaine. You shouldn't have. Yeah, that's my main problem with like in games, that the music doesn't change. Like depending on the scenes, it just kind of stays the same, or doesn't cut out. Because I feel like music cutting out and just silence is some of the best things you can do in a cutscene. Sometimes you don't even need music. Music should always add to something. If you don't add, if the music isn't adding, you don't need it. It's simple as. Like, sometimes you just need silence for the player to, like, get the idea that, like, okay, this is a serious scene, you know? Get that bass! Get that bass! God damn, this soundtrack's baller. Sorry. Anyway. I love Umber's music. Umber's is the best soundtrack in one of the best soundtracks. But yeah, you should definitely... Anyone who's ever looking to make music in like anything in a visual medium, you don't always need music. It's good to have, and if you feel like something's missing, it might just be the music, and if not, there's something else. Duskstone, you fucking sat out. I don't need that shit. Okay. I think that's it for now. We will leave it there for this stream. Like I said, it was very fun to do this because it gave me a lot of talking ability, which I really want to introduce to the channel more. So I do want to learn how to talk better. And not have dead air like there. I want to be constantly able to keep up. But having moments that are dead, but come back to it immediately. So it was very fun to get used to that. Anyway, aside from that... Oh, wait, no. We can't say goodbye. We gotta let the squad say goodbye. Alright, let's see the Pokemon. Alright, I want you all to say something nice to every single one of them, or you're all getting killed. This is Raoul. This is the support Pokemon. Look at him strut that shit. Oh, hold on. Hold on, here's my son. I want you to say goodnight to Sunnyside. He deserves it. Look at him, my derpy little angel. Look at him. He's so fluffy. He's just a big dog. See, he's even got 4 legs. He's a big dog. Alright, I expect you all to say goodnight to Sunnyside before you all sleep as well, by the way. This is a not up for precaution. If you don't say goodnight to Sunnyside before you go to bed tonight, I'm killing you. I'm finding your house. I'm going there. I'm running over. I'm breaking in. I'm going to shake you wildly and say goodnight to him. Anyway. Thank you for watching. It was very fun. I'll keep these streams unlisted as well. So I'll make a playlist for all these streams. So hopefully, I can reflect on these and get drunk to them one day. Alright. Thank you all for watching. Have a good rest of your days. Good.